Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 14th. We are just going to jump right in here, and we are going to take a look at what is going on for you. I feel like someone messed with my table, but I don't think anyone really did, but it just, nothing's where it's supposed to be here, Gemini. But Gemini, I might have said Libra at the beginning of this reading for some reason, but I'm doing you, Gemini. So let's see what is going on for you. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what is going on for you at this time. I definitely get this, like right away, I get this deep in thought energy. You have this thoughts card here, but I feel this is more you, that is kind of like deep in thought about something. You're really like looking into things on a very deep level. It's like, for some of you, I just have to get this out here, Gemini. And I don't want to sugarcoat this, although I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing, but I feel like you're trying to I get this feeling here in this reading of trying to kind of like minimize damage that has been done. And and I'll just give you a couple examples of kind of like where I think this could be happening. And this is kind of like more a channeled message that I'm getting here, even though, I do see it here in the cards. Like, I feel like for some of you, it's like in love. You've been hurt, maybe like most people, many times in love. For some reason, I feel like this Nine of Wands here at the end is your most important card here. For me, the most important card is the center card. But other than that, intuitively, I always feel like there's an important card somewhere else in the reading. And the Nine of Wands is really standing out to me in your reading. And it's like you're trying to minimize damage. And those were the words that popped into my head when I first put this down, and especially after looking at everything here. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like you're trying to, I feel like you're almost weighing your options. I almost get that weighing your options type of vibe here. And this could be in love, where it's like you're trying to, I don't like to say the word like picking the right person, because, I almost feel like that's like settling. I don't think that you're settling at all. I think you're just trying to make sure that you're making the right decision. And again, this could be in work as well. It's like you could be, maybe you need a job and maybe you have multiple options, but you're just kind of like saying, I want to minimize damage. And that's what I keep getting here. Let's dig into this. Enough babbling, right? You have this thoughts card here, so I do feel like you are deep in thought. I do feel for some of you that what I am getting here, I feel like someone could be thinking about you here, Gemini, as well, and it's like you're thinking about them. I feel like you're thinking about each other here in this situation. Yeah, you have this bad health card as well. I would be careful of shared trauma is what's popping into my head. Like if you're connecting with a person where you have shared trauma, I just feel like that's something to be, the cards are kind of saying, or almost like warning me against that. And again, the cards can't control your life. So, as I always say, this is just advice. It's not like saying, do this, you have to do this. That's not the point of tarot. But, what I am getting here is that I would just be careful of anything where it's like you have shared trauma with the person. They could have similar traumas or something like that, because I just feel the need to kind of avoid getting sucked down here with this reading. It's not a bad reading, actually, Gemini. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. It's like you're showing up in a very strong position here. I kind of feel with this Ace of Pentacles that I feel like she's very focused, on this. And there's something that has taken a very long time to grow. Look at how there's this plant that's growing up through the soil, and it's only just kind of popping up there on this Ace of Pentacles. And it's not even flowering yet either on this card. So I feel for some of you that this is an opportunity that is presenting itself, but it's kind of it hasn't grown yet. And I feel for a lot of you that this is something that you've been working on for a very long period of time. I would say that for a lot of you, if you're working on any projects or businesses or anything like that, that this King of Swords and that, I feel like that Ace of Pentacles is kind of more saying that you have been learning as much as you can about whatever it is that you do, or you've been trying to get, it's like you've been trying to grow your skills, I feel, with that Ace of Pentacles energy. And this King of Swords to me is you kind of reaching this certain level of maturity. So I do feel like there is a lot of success coming in for you here, Gemini, especially in work or business, or especially if you've been kind of waiting for something to blossom. I get the sense of something opening up here. And even we have the Three of Pentacles, which has a flower on it here, and the Three of Pentacles can represent showing off your work. I just feel that with this Knight of Swords here, things are not happening as quickly as you would like, is what I would say to you, because I get this like weird feeling, is what I would say to you here. It's almost like, the best way I could describe this is like a bungee cord, right, Gemini, where it's like, I feel like it's almost like you almost run away from something in your life, but you keep getting pulled back. And I would actually say this is not a bad thing. So this is not popping in. It could be a relationship as long as it's a positive relationship, but for the most part, I feel like this is kind of like a work, and that's really what I'm getting here. Like, look, it almost looks like a painting behind him here on this card. Like he painted that, and look at how it's like unfinished as well. And that's kind of like where this reading is leading me. It's kind of like saying there's some unfinished business maybe in your life. And I feel like it's going to turn into something great, but it's like you have to keep kind of pushing here. Yeah, 10 of Cups, fortune after difficulty, a lot of happiness coming in for you here. You have the Queen of Cups as well. And the King of Swords twice. That's basically the universe saying I meant what I said. For a lot of you, I feel that you know what this is. It's like you know that there's something that you really want to do. For most of you, I do feel like this is work, career, business. Even if you're retired, it's like people always leave comments saying that they're retired. And I say, like, there's no reason that you couldn't have something else that you enjoy doing with your life. It's like you don't have to stop doing things when you retire, right? You can pick up a hobby. You can do a side job. You can do anything. And again, it's going to be different for all of you, but I feel like for some of you, it's kind of like you're working on something that you see as very special. She represents the mother, and I always say she's like looking at that cup on the Queen of Cups, like very intently. She's very focused on it, on this card, and she's really looking at it. So I feel for a lot of you that there's something that you kind of see as very special in your life. Again, I get this bungee cord feeling on the Knight of Swords. You have the Knight of Swords here, but I'm feeling it more in this middle row, right? And like I get this feeling of kind of feeling like things not working out if you're working on a project or a business or career or whatever. And then so you start to move away, then I feel like you snap back to whatever the situation is. For a small percentage of you, this could be a relationship. It's like maybe you keep trying to drift away and you keep snapping back to a person here. You have the Knight of Wands, the Death card, and the Three of Pentacles. I mean, pretty simple. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this basically just says that you have to stop the inconsistent energy, right, with the Knight of Wands. Obviously, if you're dealing with another person, that's going to be difficult to do. We can't control other people necessarily, but I'd say if you have things that are inconsistent with that Knight of Wands, then I would pay attention. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles says you have the resources necessary to make something successful. So it's like if you're working on a business, the consistency with the Knight of Wands would be, just number one, trying new things in the business. Knight of Wands really kind of asks us to go on an adventure. So in like work, business, career, anything that you're working on, could be your health as well. If maybe you keep losing weight and gaining it back or something like that, right? With this energy, the Knight of Wands really asks us to, number one, try new things. Knight of Wands is an adventure. And if we're doing something that's boring, we're just not going to do it, plain and simple. It's like when I got this office, something weird happened. Well, I blame the wall over here, which I have since fixed. But something weird happened. I just felt like out of sync, And then I fixed the wall. I felt better, and then I started still feeling out of sync. It was like weird energy and things like that. Now you don't even know that it's almost nighttime right now that I'm doing these videos because it's dark in here. And anyway, but some days I come in here at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Other days, I come in here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? And so I kind of get the reason I'm talking about myself here, Gemini, is because I feel what that Knight of Wands. It's like saying you have to design your life so that you can enjoy it, right? You have to kind of, and you have that opportunity, I feel, with the Knight of Wands. I feel like you have the opportunity to kind of like make things go your way. And it's like, yeah, we all have to make sacrifices, and if you have a job, it's going to be it would be hard for you to maybe go and tell your boss you're not coming in until 3. I totally understand that. But I feel like there are opportunities for you to kind of like make things more enjoyable, even if it's just like the tiniest little bit. I feel like anything would help. You have the Knight of Wands, Death card, Three of Pentacles. Like I said, I feel like kind of letting go of inconsistent energy will lead to a lot more success. I feel like you need to like end this. I feel like you need to end the yo-yo energy, the bungee cord energy, basically. You have the Knight of Wands. Basically, the universe saying I meant what I said when a card repeats itself. You have the High Priestess. Trust your intuition. Let's keep this going though. And the Emperor here. If I'm being honest with you, I feel like I feel like that this card wasn't meant to come out. I don't know if you noticed, but I couldn't really pick that card up. So we'll take it. We're gonna take the Emperor, but I really am not feeling it. If I'm being honest with you, I mean, I shouldn't have pulled it in the first place because that's usually what I do. There we go, Hangman. So, and the Emperor makes perfect sense. I don't think that was a mistake necessarily. The Emperor talks about following a plan. Again, if you've been experiencing inconsistent energy with the Knight of Wands, and just to give you another example, Knight of Wands says go on adventure, but with this energy here, it would also say be consistent in something as well. It's like maybe there's something that does work. If you're trying to lose weight, maybe there's like one thing that you can stick to, and maybe it's just one tiny little thing, and maybe it only has a 1% or 2% effect on your health, right? Same thing in work or business or whatever else you're trying to work towards here. I just get the sense that, something does work. I would keep doing that and then try other new things as well. The Emperor really talks about sticking to a plan as well. For some of you, you could definitely be dealing with a water sign here. It could be a Pisces, but you also have Scorpio here. And it could just be a water sign is what I would say to you if you're looking for love. And this could be a person who's coming in here. Something about a change popping into my head here, Gemini. I might get a little bit nosy at the end because I feel like if there's love coming in for you, for some of you, it's someone you already know. It could be someone from the past, although, again, I don't really do expect readings, and I don't really see that here either in the cards. I just feel it's more like there could be a person you know, and you've not dated this person, or maybe it just never reached a certain level. And I feel like you're noticing some sort of change I'm getting with that Hangman energy. It's like you're waking up to something is the feeling I get here. Next, you have the Owl Spirit. I like this card, but for some reason I'm getting that you need to listen. I'm getting the words like listening very specifically, very like closely as well. I feel like there are things that are kind of like not being said. This is saying to me, read between the lines is kind of what I'm getting here. I don't know if you've ever had one of those moments where it's kind of like you... I don't know if you've ever like read over something and you like miss like an entire paragraph, and then someone is like, asks you a question about something that they sent you, and you're like, I didn't read that. I didn't see that. It's almost like, but I feel like this isn't, this is just saying pay attention is what I feel like it's saying, so you don't miss a detail. I would definitely say if you're signing any contracts or anything like that, it'd probably be a good idea to get a second pair of eyes on anything that you're doing. For others, I would also say that I would just, if you're receiving important communications, I would make sure to kind of like pay attention to the details is what I'm getting here. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Star, and the Nine of Wands. Again, I feel like you're trying to kind of like make sure that you don't continue the damage. Again, Wounded Warrior on the Nine of Wands. I kind of feel on the fence with this Nine of Wands here because sometimes I feel that we can be, we could be trying to protect ourselves from something in life, and maybe it's not necessarily the best thing for us to do. Like we could be trying to protect ourselves from, like if we have a business, we could be doing kind of like what's safe and not necessarily what's successful. It's like sometimes I think, I've just seen it happen where people in like work and business, they do what's safe, but they never, that prevents you from growing. So I do feel like there's a need to kind of like keep the growth going here. For others, it's like you definitely have the resources to do something here. Let's find out what this is for you here, Gemini. What do you have the resources to do? Create a new beginning here, Ace of Wands. In a lot of ways, this is talking about your passions. It's almost like there's something you don't want to be doing, and there's something you do want to be doing here. I know that, that's pretty much true for everybody, Gemini, but, you're probably saying, thank you, Captain Obvious, right now to me. But what I would say is I feel like there's something you don't desire to do that feels like an obligation. That's like the bungee cord, that I'm getting here. It's like you keep getting stretched like in this direction towards something you don't want, but then you keep snapping back to something that you really do want. But like why are you stopping yourself is what I would say. You have the Four of Swords here, definitely going through recovery here. And the Queen of Swords here, she is pointing towards the future and she sees things clearly now. It's almost like, this is saying you really have nothing to worry about. It's like if you're worried about something that you've been doing, it's like you have all the information. I'm even getting that here on this Ace of Pentacles. Again, the kind of plant is growing up through the soil, and now it's finally broken through. I feel like you are kind of having a breakthrough in a way. I feel like, you're ready for something. If you're looking for a positive relationship, 10 of Cups, there could be somebody really good coming in for you here. And this is kind of like saying, take the risk. Don't be afraid to get burned, right? And because you're not going to get burned. You are protected from fire. Knight of Wands twice. Knight of Wands has salamanders on his cloak. Salamanders in the tarot represent protection from being burned. So you are protected from fire. Even the Ace of Wands in the After Tarot, I think, has a giant salamander on it. So it's like you are definitely protected at this time. Queen of Pentacles says you have everything you need. Queen of Pentacles is a card of your resources here, Gemini. But let's see. I just want to take a quick look at something here. And you have the Nine of Pentacles here. You have the Queen of Wands, the only court fire card that doesn't have salamanders on her cloak, and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you're very attractive at this time. If you want love, there's definitely love coming in for you. Here, it's like the Nine of Pentacles could be you being single, but Queen of Wands is like a card of seduction, being very attractive at this time. And the Ace of Cups could be a love offer coming in for you. You have the Death card, definitely could be a Scorpio as well. You have Scorpio here twice. You have the Five of Cups, let go of past disappointments for sure here, Gemini. And you have the King of Pentacles. Whatever's coming in for you is permanent. For a lot of you, I feel like there's permanent love coming in for you here. For others, I feel like it's just, whatever other permanent thing is. I feel like you need to, it's almost like the best way I could sum up this reading, other than it being like a bungee cord, stretching and snapping back here, Gemini, is the best way I could, what I would say here is I feel like you need to, like 90% of the time, keep doing what works, right? And if just the other 10% of the time, try new things with this Knight of Wands. Because I feel like if you keep doing what's working, Nine of Pentacles, it's like you're going to maintain the status quo with the Nine of Pentacles. But as long as you're experimenting, even just 10% of the time or just a short amount of the time, that's what's going to create the Empress. The Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy. So for you to get to that Empress energy, I feel like you're just saying, experiment, try new things, take a risk. Queen of Wands represents kind of being bold, being assertive, really going for things that you desire. Remember what I said at the beginning of the reading as well about getting sucked down? Five of Cups. Five of Cups says do not get lost in despair. It is a card that says do not get sucked down, basically. So I would be careful of disappointments. I would be careful of, kind of allowing yourself to allow disappointments to control you. I'm a Pisces, right? It's like for years in my life, I would have certain disappointments and it would suck up like, I don't know, entire week of my life, right? Dealing with the disappointment for no reason. Like how much time did I waste? Probably a lot. And I do feel like this reading is kind of saying like, don't allow minor disappointments, Nine of Wands and the Five of Cups here. That's where I'm getting the energy to kind of ruin your day. But other than that, you're going in the right direction. It's like things are becoming more solid, and I feel like you're making progress, which is good. So weird reading, but I love it here. I like it at the same time here, Gemini. Yep, definitely going on an adventure. You have this journey card here, so I feel like you're kind of like going on an adventure, going on a journey, but love it. So thank you for watching here, Gemini. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Gemini, and definitely enjoy your week.